What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do part 2 of my Blu-ray collection overview. So I'm going to get started. Hopefully you guys enjoyed part 1 and enjoy the rest of the parts. We left off at D with the Duff. Now we're going to go to E, and I'll probably stop at maybe H. We'll see how far I get. But starting with E, we got Earthquake, which is a movie I still have yet to watch, but I've had it for a while. There's only a few movies in this collection I haven't watched before, and I need to get started watching them, but as a collector, you know how it is. Then we got Easy A, Ed TV, unopened, but I have seen this movie. I got that at Best Buy a while back. Edward Scissorhands, almost time to watch that. I watch it every Christmas. Ed Wood, Edge of Tomorrow, Elf, Elysium, Empire Records, one of my favorite movies, Endless Love, Enemy, thanks to my buddy Pat, which I have yet to watch, but I'm going to watch it soon, The Entity, Equalizer, Ernest Scared Stupid, Escape from New York, Escape from LA, E.T., A National Lampoon's European Vacation, Everest, Event Horizon, one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen. Or one of the creepiest, definitely. Evil Dead 2, I do have the first one, but it's in a steelbook format, and I'll show that later on in videos. The Evil Dead remake, Evita, with Madonna. Again, unopened, I haven't watched it yet, but this is from my buddy Pat. I'll watch it soon, definitely. I love Madonna. Ex Machina, Eyes Wide Shut. Going into the Fs, we got Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The first one out of, I think, maybe 5 movies coming out. Love the first movie, cannot wait to see the others. Then we got all the Fast and the Furious movies. I do have part 6, but it's in steelbook format. Hit and miss with some of these movies, but I definitely enjoy most of them. The Fate and the Furious being one that I picked up recently, and it came out this year. Love that movie. It's my second favorite in the series after the 5th movie. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I got 2 editions of Fault in Our Stars. This one I recently just picked up for $3. It's I think the extended edition. So still have yet to watch the extended edition, but I love that movie. Like I said, I got another copy there. Fear, 50 Shades of Grey. I do have the second one, but it's in a digibook format, so you'll see that later on. The Fighter. Then we got Final Destination 1, 2, 3. Skip 4, don't care for that one. And Final Destination 5, which I really enjoyed. So then we got Final Girls, 5-Year Engagement, the 80s David Cronenberg The Fly, The Forest, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is the 1994 movie. The Fright Night remake. And then we got the You're So Cool Brewster Fright Night documentary. And I do have the original, but I have it with some Twilight Times releases, so you'll see that later on. And Fright Night Part 2 definitely needs a Blu-ray release. I have the DVD, which you'll see again later on in some videos. You got Frozen. This is the Adam Green Frozen. I do have the Disney one, but I have all my Disneys together. Fury, The Gallows, Get Out, which was another movie I saw this year that came out this year, and loved it, so I picked up the Blu-ray this year. So a lot of this year involved, but yeah, I love Get Out. That was a great movie. The Ghostbusters reboot, or, you know, new version. I don't know if you'd call it a reboot. Maybe. Yeah, I'll say it's a reboot, but I really enjoyed that movie. A lot of people didn't care for it, but I really enjoyed it. Girl Next Door, Girl on the Train, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the David Fincher remake, which I saw in theaters and loved it. Still love it now. Girls Trip, another one I picked up this year and I saw and I loved it. The Giver, Godzilla, this is the 2014 movie. Gone with the Wind, Gone Girl, Good Will Hunting, The Goonies, Goosebumps, Gravity, Grease, The Great Gatsby, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, which I personally loved. The Green Room, Gremlins, and Gremlins 2. Gotta get started on these Gremlin watches, especially the first film. December coming up. It's definitely one I watch in December. Then we got the Grindhouse double feature. This is the Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez movie double feature. Love those films. Then we got Guardians and Guardians Volume 2. Sadly, I still have yet to watch it. Gonna watch it soon. I did see parts of it where I work, and I loved what I saw, so I can't wait to watch the whole thing. Picked this up for $12.99 recently, so. But I love the first movie, cannot wait to fully watch the second movie. The Guest, which is fantastic. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. Then we got the original Halloween 2, one of the Blu-ray releases. Then we got the Canadian double feature of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. These are the theatrical cuts, which are the only cuts I prefer of Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. Happy Birthday to Me, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. I do have this is Part 2. I do have Part 1, but it's in steelbook format, so you'll see that later. And the other movies I have in box sets, which you've already seen. Then we got the Hatchet 1, 2, and 3, which 1 is signed and 2 is signed by Adam Green. Haunting Connecticut, he's just not into you. Hopefully I said that right. The Heat. Then we got Heavyweights, Hell or High Water, which I haven't watched yet, just picked it up. Hellboy 1 and 2. Hello, My Name is Doris. The Help, Hidden Figures, which is fantastic. I love it. The Hills Have Eyes, this is the remake. And then Hills Have Eyes Part 2, which is the sequel to the original. Hitchcock, Hollow Man 1 and 2. Hook, Horrible Bosses 2. Hot Pursuit, which you can call it a guilty pleasure of mine. I enjoyed it. And then another one you might call a guilty pleasure is New Year's Eve, which I watch every New Year's Eve. I love that movie. I'm a sucker for chick flicks. Going down to the bottom shelf, you got Hostel 1 and 2, and sorry about the lighting, guys. You got House 1000 Corpses, House at the End of the Street, House of the Devil, House of Wax 3D. This is the Vincent Price movie. I haven't watched the Blu-ray yet. Picked this up in October for like $14.99 brand new. So it was a good price. I've seen the movie. I haven't watched it on Blu-ray yet, but I've seen the movie and it's great. And then you got the 2005 remake, reboot, or I don't know if you'd call it a remake. It's definitely, I'd say probably a reboot more than anything. But I saw it in theaters and I still love that movie. How to Be Single. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Like I said, I love chick flicks. Howard the Duck. The Hunger. Then I got all the Hunger Games movies. Part 1. Catching Fire. Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2. Then we got I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I Still Know You Did Last Summer. It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. The Iceman, which is a great movie if you've never seen it. Another great movie is The Imitation Game. Then we got In the Mouth of Madness, Independence Day, and then I think the lighting's not too bad, so I'm not going to pull them out anymore. But you got Independence Day Resurgence, which I recently just picked up. Got it for $2.50. Not going to lie, I enjoyed it. You know, not great, but I enjoyed it. Inglourious Bastards, The Innkeepers, Insidious 1, 2, and 3. Another Blu-ray I just picked up recently, and I really enjoyed this movie of this year, and that is It Comes at Night. We got The Intern, Into the Storm, the Iron Man 2, and Iron Man 3. The Island, which is probably my favorite Michael Bay movie. I think very underrated. Stephen King's It. This is the 90s TV movie, which scared me as a kid. Not so much now, but I love watching it every October. Then we got Interview with the Vampire. This is from my buddy Pat. I haven't watched that Blu-ray yet, but I love that movie. Glad to own it on Blu-ray now. Jack Reacher 1 and 2, which I've yet to watch these movies, but I picked them up really cheap, so I'm going to give them a watch. One of my favorite Blu-ray purchases of the year, and just one of my favorite movies of last year, and that is Jackie. Fantastic movie. It gets talked about, but not as much. I think it, deserves a little bit more praise, which it did get praise, but it doesn't get talked about as much compared to a lot of the other movies last year. Anyway, I love Jackie. Wish Natalie Portman would have won for Jackie. Love Emma Stone in La La Land, but Jackie was amazing. Going on, we got Jackie Brown, Jason Bourne, I guess the 5th Bourne movie, but the 4th movie with Matt Damon. I personally really enjoyed that movie. I know a lot of people didn't care for Jason Bourne. Then we got Jaws, Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws the Revenge. Jawbreaker, Jennifer's Body, Jersey Boys, John Wick 1 and 2. Another one that I loved from this year was John Wick Chapter 2. Joyride, Joy, which is a great David Russell movie. Yeah, David Russell. Yeah, great movie and one of my favorite Jennifer Lawrence movies. One of her best performances. Love Joy. Jurassic World, Karate Kid 1 and 2, the only ones I own. The others are pretty good, but those are my favorites. Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. King Kong, the Ultimate Edition. And then Kong Skull Island, which came out this year, and I really enjoyed that movie. Then we got Kingsman, The Secret Service, which I've yet to see the new one. Heard mixed things, but I do want to see it. Krampus, Kroll, which if you've never seen this 80s campy action sci-fi adventure, see it. I love this movie. If you like campy sci-fi adventure movies from the 80s, definitely check it out. And speaking of La La Land, again, I really enjoyed this movie a lot. Not as much as Jackie, but I still enjoyed this movie and glad to own it. And I love that slipcover, very shiny. Then we're just going to keep going for a little bit. We got The Last Exorcism, The Last Song, Latter Days, which is a gay-themed movie, and I love it. Law Abiding Citizen, Lawless, which is one of those rare movies I've still yet to watch. Everybody says it's great. I need to watch it. Love Tom Hardy. Love Jessica Chastain. Lazarus Effect, League of Their Own, The Ledge, Legally Blonde, Legend with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry. Then we got Legend of Billie Jean, one of my favorite Blu-rays and one of my favorite movies. Legend of Tarzan, which I saw last year and I thought it was okay. Picked it up recently for $2.50, so I'm going to give it another go. Then we got another movie I really enjoyed this year, and that is the Lego Batman movie. Definitely preferred it over the first Lego movie, which a lot of people probably disagree with me on that, but I enjoyed the Lego Batman movie a little bit more. Let Me In, License to Drive, Lights Out, The Loft, Lone Survivor, The Longest Ride, Looper. Can't wait to see Star Wars, The Last Jedi, same director. Then we got the Lost Boys movie, One, The Tribe and the Thirst, Lost After Dark, and one of my favorites from last year, Loving, great movie, great purchase as well. The Lucky One, and I think I'm going to stop there. So I'm going to stop at The Lucky One, guys. Stay tuned for part 3, which won't be the last part, but it might be for this area itself. So, gonna stop at The Lucky One, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for many more parts to come. Look out for those, and let me know what you guys think of the Blu-rays you saw today. Some are guilty pleasures, some movies are my favorites. I have a whole bunch of different movies in the collection. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully you all had a great Thanksgiving, and have a great December coming up. All right, talk to you guys later. As always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative, and go eat some Skittles. All right, guys, bye.